we've sold thousands of lots to people willing to exchange on the day and complete within 28 days. Property auctions made quick, easy and simple. Clive Emson Land and Property Auctioneers.
Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to another feature lot show here for the Clive Emson June Auction. Yes, 139 lots in total going under the hammer June the 13th. That is when bidding goes live. The catalogue though is live right now and you can access that by scanning that little QR code up there or visit cliveemson.co.uk, type it out, or there's a link in the body of this broadcast. Now, if you've seen these shows, you know what's coming up. If you haven't, we like to invite the stars from Clive Emson themselves to take us through one of the lots that they've chosen, which has really piqued their interest. Every single lot is special, of course, but Kevin Gilbert, you're here with us to take us through lot 37 because this one has interested you, hasn't it?
It has. You know, we do see a wide variety of lots, but I think in my umpteen years of doing this job, I can't ever recall seeing an artist studio. And this one is situated between Canterbury and Sandwich, just north of the Ash bypass. It's a lovely, lovely position. Great building. If an artist is looking for a studio, then what better place?
Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it? Quite unique, and it sort of goes. It's just on the screen now. I'll take it down so we can see you again, Kevin. But it kind of breaks the mold of the types of properties that we get in auction. There's a wide range, isn't there, Kevin?
There is. I think auctions. It's almost a phrase that what is suitable for auction. It's almost a phrase of what isn't suitable for auction, really. But this one is such an interesting one, and everyone's going to have a different idea as to what they want to do with it. To be really honest, you've got a courtyard at the front, main building itself, a pod, and a garden at the back. Could it lend itself to residential? Who knows? The adjacent barn has had planning consent, has now been converted into 3 units, and we sold that for the same client a couple of years ago. And this one has come up, but he is a very well-known and renowned artist who's got an alternative studio elsewhere, hence the reason that he can't be in 2 places at once to paint.
There you go, a bit of a clue. We won't reveal who, of course, that is private, but I am very pleased to say that, Kevin, you have provided us with a little video, so we've seen the picture of it. Now we can take a little walk around. Here is lot 37, Lucida Studio going under the hammer in the Clive Emson June Auction. Enjoy. Right, Kevin, I am back. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I think I just lost myself at the end of the video there, but I can tell you something. It's quite special, isn't it? A lot of space there as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's it's about 0.67 of an acre in total. So it's a nice sized plot as well. You know, and as I say, you know, lots of people have got lots of different ideas. But if you can, you know, get residential consent for the barn, you know, it'll make a cracking plot. But you know, that's down to everybody to make their own investigations. It's a blank canvas without putting any pun on it.
Very well said. Very well said. Wouldn't expect anything less. Guide price from £200,000 there. Canterbury as well. We all know Canterbury, lovely location, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really situated between Canterbury and Sandwich, in a sort of just on the outskirts of the village of Ash, sort of north of the A257. So yeah, it's a nice area. Nice area.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to ask you a question. Thank you for selecting that lot, by the way, an absolute crack. If you do want to view more of it, you can. There's more photos as well. And if you want to watch a video again at any time, just head over to cliveemson.co.uk. The website's running across the bottom, or you can just scan that QR code up there, or there's a link in the body of this blog. Basically, there is no excuse to not be able to access the catalogue for this auction, because we've gone to town big time on making sure you can get to it. Right, Kevin, quick question for you. What is your number one tip for somebody watching this right now thinking, I know everything about auctions, I've bid loads of times in auction, or it's their first time thinking, I'm going to bid, but I'm a little bit nervous. What's your number one tip for anybody, experienced or a bit of a rookie in the auction game, to bidding at auction?
Whew, that's a question, isn't it?
It's a long one, wasn't it? I dragged it out.
It is. Yeah, you did drag it out. You did drag it out, Ian. Thank you. I mean, I've been an auctioneer for over 40 years. For me, I don't think I know everything about auctions either. So, you know, having had, you know, a career in sort of auctioneerings, in auctioneering, and I've sold loads of things, from livestock to, you know, to machinery, to, you know, 4x4s, to contractors, plant and property. I think the one thing I would say to people is do your own homework. Yeah. You can't do too much homework, put it that way. You know, go and look at the you know, I mean, there's so many things that people should be doing. A lot of people don't, you know, but that's their call. But I think that really and truly, do your homework, do your due diligence. Make sure you go and see the property. Make sure you look at the legal pack. Make sure that you do your own investigations. You know, don't necessarily rely purely on the legal pack. You know, there's tons and tons and tons of information out there. Some of it, you know, some of it you have to take with a pinch of salt. But, you know, within that salt, there is little gems, and pick the phone up and talk to us. You know, that's ultimately what we're here for. We might not be able to help you with the legal pack, you know, because we would always say get your own solicitor to look at that. But, you know, if you want to know a little bit of a background of a property, you know, very often we speak to the owners. You know, we'll find out exactly, you know, why they're selling. Sometimes it's because people want speed. Other times it's unusual. You know, like lot 37. You know, how do you really put a price on that? It's so difficult, and everybody will have a different idea. But I think never be frightened to ask a question, and never be frightened for the answer to come back not what you want to hear as well.
Very good. I like that. Never be afraid to ask a question. If you do want to ask a question, there's the number up there as well if you want to give one of the Clive Emson team a call.
I think the other thing I would also say, Ian, is if you don't know the answer to something, it's never a silly question.
Yeah.
And I think that goes without saying. But so many people, when you talk to people, so many people say, "Oh, I'm really sorry for asking this question," and really and truly, if you don't know the answer, you ask the question.
It is the age-old thing, isn't it? People sometimes are a little bit embarrassed because they feel like they probably should know the answer, when actually, as the saying goes as well, there's probably a lot of people in the room who want to ask the same question but are scared to, because they're thinking the same, well, everybody probably already knows that and they're going to laugh at me. They're not. I can assure you, they're not.
I remember in my early days of qualifying, I remember being in a lecture in Reading, and the lecturer said, if you are thinking of a question, I can guarantee you that there will be at least one other person in this auditorium who's got exactly the same question that they want to ask. So don't be shy. You might not like the answer, but ask the question anyway.
Do ask a question, because if you don't ask a question, then you might be in for a nasty surprise later down the road. Right. Kevin, just quickly as well, for somebody who is maybe watching this, it's too late, obviously, to get your property into this auction now. However, if you've got something potentially coming to market and you haven't looked at the auction route before, why should somebody maybe consider that as opposed to the traditional estate agent route? What's the benefits?
Cool, blimey. I mean, there's a whole heap of benefits. A lot of property that we sell is in need of improvement, renovation, restoration, repair, redevelopment. The more boxes that you're ticking in that regard, the more suitable it is for auction. And years ago, I wrote an article and I coined the phrase, all properties are suitable, but some are more suitable than others. And that is still very true today. Yes, we do sell properties that, are in need of improvement, but we also sell properties that are in good condition, but where the owners have a need or a requirement to have an open and transparent transaction within a specified time frame. So you'll get some corporate clients, you'll get some company clients. Their properties may be perfectly good, ideal for the open market, but their chosen route, because they want the speed, is auction. So I suppose really, if you've got a property and you're thinking of auction, give us a call. We'll be very honest with you, whether it's suitable, not suitable, price structure, suitable guide price, suitable reserve. But we will be straight with you.
Fantastic. Great advice. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us and bringing Lot 37 Lucida Studios to our attention. Going under the hammer. Bidding goes live on June the 13th. Just one final question, actually. Kevin, are you a tea or coffee drinker? You're a tea or coffee drinker, aren't you?
Oh, I'm probably more of a coffee drinker, to be perfectly honest.
Would you dunk a biscuit?
Definitely. Oh, absolutely. Not when the wife is watching, though, because, strict diet rules apply.
Yeah. No chocolate hobnobs then.
Oh no, definitely not.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem at all. Thanks, Ian.
Well, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Good luck to everybody who's bidding.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We've sold thousands of lots to people willing to exchange on the day and complete within 28 days. Property auctions made quick, easy and simple. Clive Emson Land and Property Auctioneers.